You know that feeling when you log in to make your car payment, and for the first time in 6 years, the balance says zero, not overdue, not pending. Zero, paid, done. Most people refresh the page just to make sure it's real. And then they feel something they weren't expecting. Not just relief, but something that actually changes how they move through the rest of that day. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The payoff moment isn't actually the win. What happens in the 30 days after is, and most people completely blow it, two people, same city, same income, same kind of job, both just made their last car payment. One treats it like a finish line, celebrates for a week, ends up right back where they started. The other treats it like a starting gun, where they land 20 years from now looks nothing alike. The gap between them isn't talent or luck. It's one decision made in 1 month, left to compound for decades. That's what we're talking about today. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about the financial decisions that feel small in the moment, but determine everything 20 years later. If you've ever made a last car payment, or you're counting down to one, make sure to subscribe because this is exactly the kind of thing nobody explains to you when it actually matters. Let's get into it. Before we talk about what changes after payoff, let me paint a picture of just how deep Americans are in car debt, because the scale matters for understanding why the payoff moment is so significant. Americans collectively owe nearly $1.8 trillion in auto loan debt right now. That number just edged past total student loan debt, which means car payments have officially become the defining debt of American life. Not mortgages, not credit cards, cars. There are roughly 100 million Americans carrying an active auto loan. The average new car payment has climbed to over $800 a month. Not for a sports car. That's the average for a regular vehicle purchased by a regular person on a loan that now stretches nearly 69 months. Almost 6 years. At some point, they should just rename it a mortgage and skip the part where you pretend it'll ever actually end. 1 in 5 new car buyers is signing an 84-month loan, 7 years, and here's what that moment actually looks like. You're in a dealership finance office. The guy across the desk pulls up a screen with 5 different loan terms and asks, what monthly payment works for you? Not, how much do you want to spend? Not, what's the total cost? Just the monthly number. Because if you focus on the monthly number, you'll sign almost anything. The average amount financed is roughly $45,000. On a 69-month loan, you pay back over $51,000 for something worth maybe $18,000 by the end. If your credit isn't perfect, you're looking at 18 or 19% interest on a depreciating asset. The number that reframes everything. The average American will spend approximately $500,000 on car purchases over a lifetime. Transportation is the second largest household expense in America, bigger than food, bigger than healthcare. We are a country that prioritizes getting somewhere over almost everything that happens when we arrive. So when your car loan hits zero, like title in hand, lender off your back, you have just freed up the largest recurring expense most Americans will ever eliminate. The question is what you actually do with it, and spoiler alert, most people give it straight back. Not because they're bad at math, because nobody ever sat them down and ran the actual numbers, so let's do that right now. Let's talk about what $700 a month is actually worth over time, because I promise you most people have never sat down and done this math, and once you do, it's genuinely hard to look at a car payment the same way again. The S&P 500 has returned roughly 10% annually going back nearly 100 years. Not a guarantee, just the historical number through every recession, crash, and calamity you can name. Take $700 a month, put it in a simple index fund. After 5 years, $54,000. After 10, $143,000. You put in $84,000. The market added $59,000 just for showing up. And if you've ever looked at your savings account at the end of a disciplined month, paid everything, ate at home, said no to things, and thought, why is this number still not moving? This is why. The car payment is the leak that makes the whole bucket feel pointless. By year 20, The portfolio hits $531,000. Your contributions, $168,000. Market growth, 360.